Let's talk about something really powerful, but also really misunderstood. Let's talk about forgiveness. Now, what if I told you forgiveness isn't about getting back together? What if it's not about fixing a broken relationship at all? Today, we're going to explore a completely different path. Forgiveness as this deep internal journey toward a peace so profound, it feels truly sacred.
I think so many of us can relate to this, right? It's this belief we all kind of carry around that to forgive someone, you have to find a way to sit at the same table again. It's a beautiful image, but wow, can it be a heavy, sometimes impossible expectation? It's the very thing that can keep us feeling stuck.
And this leads us to what we could call the myth of the table. You know the story. Two people, one big conversation, and poof, everything is fixed. But that myth, it puts all the pressure on an external result, on getting the other person to show up or to change. And when that's just not possible, or maybe not even healthy, well, we have to find another way forward.
So look at this. You can really see the two different paths laid out. On one hand, you have conventional forgiveness, which is all about what happens on the outside, repair, reunion. But this new way, it shifts the focus completely inward. It's not about having a shared conversation anymore. It's about taking an internal journey. The goal is no longer about getting back together. It's about release and finding your own peace.
Okay, so how do we even begin to make that kind of internal shift? Well, it usually starts with a turning point. It's that moment of realization when we learn that love doesn't just feel, it actually learns. It grows wiser with time and experience.
And this, right here, is the heart of that wisdom. It's this really deep understanding that true forgiveness isn't about prying doors back open that need to be closed. It's about realizing that some doors are meant to stay shut, and not out of anger, but for your own protection, for your own peace.
And here we go. This gets to the real purpose of forgiveness. See, it was never about them. It's about you. The hurt, the resentment, the bitterness, that's the cage. So forgiveness isn't about letting someone else off the hook. It's about letting yourself out of that prison. It's an act of radical self-liberation.
So, if forgiveness is all about unlocking your own cage, then the key is what we're calling this act of release. And it's not some loud, dramatic declaration. It's not about confrontation. It's a quiet, internal, and deeply personal ceremony of just letting go.
And the process itself is so gentle. First, you release the person and the whole situation without anger. Then you offer a quiet blessing, which is just an act of pure grace. And finally, and this is huge, you consciously let go of waiting. You stop holding that door open in your heart, freeing up all that energy for your own life, for your own healing.
I mean, just listen to the words in this blessing. There's zero bitterness here. May your path be gentle. May your lessons be kind. This is pure grace. It's you acknowledging that your shared journey is ended, but still wishing them well on their own path. That is a whole other level of spiritual maturity.
And all of this leads to a really fundamental acceptance. Not everyone who comes into our life is actually meant to stay. Some paths are just meant to cross, not merge into one.
This is such a helpful way to reframe our relationships, isn't it? It suggests that some souls are companions. They're here for the long haul. But others? They're catalysts. Their whole purpose is to come into our lives, teach us something we absolutely need to know, and then continue on their own journey. Neither one is better than the other. They just serve different and equally important purposes.
And that is okay. Just let that sink in for a second. It's such a simple phrase, but it's permission. It's permission to let go of the guilt, to let go of that feeling of failure when a relationship ends. It's a powerful affirmation that some things are just meant to be lessons, not lifetimes.
So if the reward isn't about getting the relationship back, then what is the ultimate prize? What's the goal of this whole difficult process? Well, it all comes down to one essential, transformative thing.
And this is the payoff. The goal was never to get back to that same old table. The real goal was to come back to yourself, to return to a state of inner harmony and stillness. Forgiveness, in this sense, is the path that leads you back home, to your own peace.
So what is this peace really? We can call it sacred peace. And it feels sacred because it's a peace you have earned, you've cultivated it, and you've protected it inside yourself. It's your own quiet sanctuary. It's when you can genuinely wish someone well from a distance, and you can remember the past without it hurting all over again. In that space, you are truly and finally free.
And this is the final, undeniable truth of this entire journey.
Your inner peace is more valuable, it's more essential, it is more sacred than being physically close to someone who destroys it. Protecting that peace becomes the highest possible form of self-love and wisdom.
So, I'll just leave you with this to think about. If forgiveness isn't about opening a door for someone else, but about unlocking a cage for yourself, then what cage could you unlock?